गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः. So we have seen the first part of the Narayanopanishad. I'll just chant that quickly and then we go to the next part. Om अथ पुरुषो ह वै नारायणो कामयत प्रजा सृजेयेति नारायणात् प्राणो जायते मनः सर्वेन्द्रियाणि च खं वायुर्ज्योतिरापः पृथिवी विश्वस्य धारिणी नारायणात् ब्रह्मा जायते नारायणात् रुद्रो जायते नारायणात् इन्द्रो जायते नारायणात् प्रजापतयः प्रजायन्ते नारायणात् द्वादशादित्य रुद्र वसवः सर्वाणि च छन्दांसि नारायणादेव समुत्पद्यन्ते नारायणे प्रवर्तन्ते नारायणे प्रलीयन्ते. ॐ अथ नित्यो नारायणः ब्रह्मा नारायणः शिवश्च नारायणः शक्रश्च नारायणः द्यावा पृथिव्यौ च नारायणः कालश्च नारायणः दिशश्च नारायणः ऊर्ध्वश्च नारायणः अधश्च नारायणः अन्तर्बहिश्च नारायणः नारायण एवेदगं सर्वं यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यं निष्कलो निरञ्जनो निर्विकल्पो निराख्यात शुद्धो देव एको नारायणः सद्वितीयोऽस्ति कश्चित् य एवं वेद स विष्णुरेव भवति स विष्णुरेव भवति. So till here we saw how Narayana is the eternal and with that Narayana alone is Brahma, Shiva is Narayana, the Yamra, Lord of Death is Narayana, all the five elements are Narayana, time is Narayana, the various directions are Narayana, up is Narayana, above is Narayana, below is Narayana, inside is Narayana, outside is Narayana, and only Narayana, Narayana, Narayana everywhere. That's why our Narad Muni continuously goes on singing the name of Narayana. Because for him there is nobody else but Narayana. That is, he has realized that. You know the story little bit, that Narad Muni had studied all the 64 knowledges, Vidyas. And still, there was an emptiness in his heart. He said, I am still not fulfilled, as if I still want to learn more. Why do I not feel satisfied? See, at that stage, when a person is so single-pointed, the moment he thought this question, this doubt came that why am I not feeling content? Even after having gained all the 64 Vidyas, immediately his elder brothers, the Sanat Kumaras, appeared and they said, yeah, we know you are not feeling satisfied and content. He says, why? He says, because you are not fallen in love. He says, no, I don't want to get married. I am brahmachari like you. So they said, no, we don't mean that. You chant Om Namo Narayanaya and then feel that love which will fill up this empty space in your heart. And that's how Narad Muni became the great devotee of the Lord. By who was the Guru? His elder brothers. So in this way, and then yat bhutan yat cha bhavyam, Narayana alone is the past, present and future. There is nothing. So what is our default? What we are facing in life is our prarabdha. No, Narayana. It is the blessing of the Lord. If difficulties are coming, that is also Lord. If opportunities are coming, it is also Lord. Health is there, it is Lord. You put your attention on the Lord, you will become unaware. Just like, for example, when I'm not talking, I become aware of my pain. When I'm talking, there is no attention on the pain. Same way, when you are sleeping, you are not aware of your pain. Here, while talking, or if you're engaged in some work intensely, attentively, then you body identification goes away. You rise above it. So what better to focus your mind on other than Narayana, seeing, thinking that he is everywhere? Have the bhav. Don't have the body identification bhav, have the Narayana identification bhav. How? In this manner, that everything that this universe is pervaded by Narayana, but appearing as the various forms. Everything is water, but pervaded by only on the surface by the name and form of waves, oceans, froth, tide, etc. Exactly the same way. And then what is this? Who is this Narayana? Nishkalo, Niranjano, Nirvikalpo, Nirakhyata, Shuddho, Deva Eko Narayanaha. All these attributes were given, that he is beyond modification. He is that in which no darkness is possible. He cannot be thought about. He cannot be, he is ever pure. He is of the nature of light, and that one alone is Narayana. Na dvitiyosti kaschita. There is, here the stress is being made. Na dvitiyo asti. So, there is no one other than him. One without a second. Same language we use in Upanishads also. See, Kaschita ya evam Veda. This is the declaration of the Vedas. So it is not our figment of imagination that we are writing this. This is what the Vedas also say. And Savishnureva bhavati, Savishnureva bhavati. And in this manner, the one who knows this, knowing is being. Remember, your Swamiji gave the lecture on that. Existence, knowing that you are continuously existing, knowledge is chit. And when you know that you are continuously existing, the knowingness also goes away. Knowing and being become one. See? So when we focus on the Narayana in this manner, then, and he who knows Narayana like this, in its whole scope, then there is no difference between him and the seeker and the Narayana. He merges into Narayana. And in this way, now, okay, this is the statement. He becomes one. How do you become one with Narayana? Just by thinking? No, now it goes, Om ityagre vyaharet. He says that he can be contacted through the Om. Before also came Om. So now he can be contacted by Om. Then what is his mantra? Om Namo Narayanaya. That is his mantra. So here it says that first chant Om. Now he is telling you how to chant the mantra. First chant Om Nama iti paschat, and then chant Namaha. Om Namo. Namo is actually Om Namaha Narayana. तो वो संधि हो जाती है. There is a Sanskrit rule that the visarga, the two dots after Namaha, they become O. Om Namo. So Nama. Narayanetyuparishtat, and after that you chant the word, the Narayana. So Om Ityakaksharam, and there is only one letter in Om. Do not chant Aum like a wolf screaming at night. No, Om, not Aum. All these yogis, they're fixated on A, U, and Ma. A, U, and Ma is only for contemplation. What could be the possible meaning of that Om is broken up as A, U, Ma. But here we are saying don't break up, come back to the original. And what is that? Om. Even writing OM is also abusing Om. It should be written only as one alphabet, one syllable. That is one. To write Om again, you are making it two. Yeah, before what did it say? Shuddho Deva Eko Narayana. He is one without a second. Don't make it into two. So here Om is one, Namaha is two words, and the Narayana Ayeti Pancha Aksharani. So Narayana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Narayanaya. Not Narayana. Om Namo Narayanaya. This is 5 alphabets. So total कितना हो गया? Etadvai Narayanasyastaksharam Padam. So here he says that all put together is formed the 8-letter mantra, which is Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. In this way you chant the mantra. How do you chant it? With your mouth, not in your mind, in your mouth. And remember the import of the word Narayana, Om and Namaha. Namaha is salutations. So the import of those words, what are those words indicating? Was what was given above. He's inside, outside, above, below, all the time. Everything that you know is pervaded by Narayana. And now you are connecting that all-pervading Narayana through Om Namo Narayanaya. In the beginning of the lecture, I told you, whatever you think about, you start imbibing it in your life, isn't it? See? So think of him as the all-pervading principle, that there is nothing else apart from it. That will become your experience, direct experience, not an objective experience. But as you are going through this, as your mind is becoming single-pointed, remember in Gita chapter, where was that? Chapter 9. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam gahamyaham. So there Ananyas chintayanto, single-pointedly think about it. Here also you start thinking, automatically the whole creation will start dissolving itself. You know it or you don't know it. Every night when you go to sleep, your mind is single-pointedly thinking of sleep. And the result of that is that the whole waking world is dissolving out of your mind, whether you like it or not. We have to do it consciously. If you take the Om Namo Narayana, it will start happening. Vedanta is good. Same thing, same language is there for Om Namah Shivaya also. Okay, same technology is there for Gajanan Maharaj. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. No, he used to say Om Gam Ganata Bhute. That was his mantra. So in this way, make your mind single-pointed so that complete absorption into the Lord comes about by His grace. Not that I am doing the absorption, not that I am meditating. This thought should not come in our mind that I am doing the japa. This thought should not come in our mind that I am thinking of the Lord, or I am contemplating on the Lord, or I am now going to spend time doing the puja of the Lord. No. Whenever you say it in that manner, ahankar comes up. Individuality is becoming stronger. I am more important, God becomes secondary. Then what should be your language? That the Lord is making me feel that I should do the puja now. Now Lord is calling me, I'll do the japa. You have to say I am doing the japa, or you can say Lord is inspiring the japa. Next 15 minutes we'll sit with it. Just like hunger you cannot produce hunger, similarly puja also you cannot do. Chanting also you cannot do. It is only by His inspiration that we come close to the Lord, we chant the name of the Lord. But whatever we chant, do it genuinely, sincerely, with focus, with understanding that whatever name of the Lord you are chanting, it represents the totality. Whether it is goddess, nowadays goddess is going on. That because I am chanting, the first 3 days it was Durga, now it is Lakshmi, next 3 days will be Saraswati. So we have created distinction between the three. No. Now if it is Lakshmi, Lakshmi alone is none other than the three put together. She is the same. So just as in Durga, the other two are existing, in Lakshmi also the other two are existing. In Saraswati also the other two are there. In this way contemplate. So here it says, Etad vai narayanasyastaksharam padam yoha vai narayanasyastaksharam padam adhyeti. So here it says, he who says, these padam is what you call padam adhyeti, the one who chants this 8-lettered mantra of Narayana, anapabruva sarvamayurheti. And how does he chant? Hariom Prabhu. How does he chant? He chants it without first is what is the result? First is adhyeti, means he practices, he continuously contemplates on it, and without laziness. Then anapabruva sarvamayurheti, he gets long life, he attains long life. Long life for what? Long life for what? Why do you want long life? To indulge with your children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren? Why do you want long life?
To get to know us. To reach to know Bhagavan.
So that within this lifetime, we are able to merge one with Narayana. That's why we want love. And that long life is, we see so many people, children dying premature death. So compared to that, we have a long life. We don't know when we are going to die. Tonight, tomorrow, in sleep. We don't know. We think that we are going to be alive, but nobody has any guarantee that they will come back home alive, or they will get up alive from the sleep, isn't it? So that is the long life. That much extended life, that is one extra, next moment, next day, next week, next month. For what? So that if you are focused on Narayana, he'll make sure that to pull you to him. If you are moving away from Narayana, then Ram bharose, फिर भी Ram bharose. So, anapabruva sarvamayurheti vindate prajapatya gangrayas posham gauphatyam. And he would attain salvation after. So, as a result of chanting of the name of the Lord, Vindate Prajapatyagam, he becomes pujaniya among the people. He becomes looked up to, because he is the devotee. People start looking up to him. People start taking advice from him. People start getting initiated by him. People enjoy the company of his or her, whoever, the person, human being I'm talking, seeker. They start enjoying the company of his. And such, just like a king is pujaniya, similarly, the devotee of the Lord, such a devotee of the Lord also, Prajapatyagangrayas posham, and is blessed with a lot of wealth. And Gaupatyam is Gau is the cows. So in those days, the wealth was the cows, and in this way, with lots of wealth. And what is that wealth? Lots of cows and other forms of wealth, जो भी होता होगा उस समय. And in this way, ततो अमृतत्वमश्नुते ततो अमृतत्वमश्नुत इति य एवं भेदा. And then thus is the Upanishad of, this is the Upanishad says, and Amritattvam Ashnute, so this person attains to Amritattvam. Indeed. Why two times? Tato amrutattvam ashnute, tato amrutattvam ashnuta iti. Thus he attains to immortality. Indeed, he attains to mortality. There is meaning why this stress is being given, because there is no doubt about it. That one who takes the name of the Lord, as is indicated here, that the result will be immortality. Then continuing, Pratyagananda Brahma Purusham Pranava Swarupam. So I'll just chant a little bit more and then we take it. Akara Ukara Makara Iti. So first, if you check in the first paragraph, only the Parabrahma was talked about. In the second, it was still all his Vibhuti was talked about. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, time, this, that. What is his glory? Everything is his glory. Then in the third paragraph, the how to connect to him was talked about in the last paragraph, what we just talked about. How to talk. And now he is talking about that Pratyak Ananda Brahma Purusha Paranava Swarupam, that ever that soul, that is which soul? Parabrahma, Paramatma, Brahmaji. Brahmaji is the Pranava. Pranava, I told you the other, no, here Pranava is Om, sorry. Brahma Purusham, the first person is Brahmaji. Yes, he is also known as Prana, but not Pranava. So here he is saying that ever happy Brahma or the first person Brahma Purusha, that is, if we are individual soul, he is the total soul. So who was the first person who was born? Not Vishnu, not Rudra, not Devatas, not Indra. The first person who was born was Brahmaji. So he is the first soul, the supreme soul. So that soul is of the nature of, or of the form of Om. And from him came, from him came forth the Om, and that Om then became divided as A, U, and Ma. Here it is told, where are we? Tan ekadha sama, where are we? Akara, ukara, makara, iti. Then that Om divided itself into akara, ukara and makar. Akara, waking state; ukara, dream state; makara, deep sleep state. See? Then tan ekadha samabharat tade tadom hiti. So then that pranava, that pranava, which is that Brahma Purusha, he himself keeps growing, keeps multiplying, and in various ways, and becomes Om. So everything is getting separated and everything is coming together in creation. On one hand, the space is expanding exponentially, and on the other hand, it is collapsing exponentially. Correct? That's what the scientists say. Or you can look at, when you go to Kailash and all, you can experience the collapse. It's just on sometimes when you are walking, it feels as if your whole being is getting sucked into the sky. Sucked into the sky. And sometimes it feels as if everything in this creation is just getting sucked into your mind. Both things happen. Pata nahi you experienced it or not. Excuse me. So, and the yogi, the seeker, the seeker of the truth, who meditates on it, on this Om, attains salvation. Again, it is being told that the seeker, the yogi, should tan ekadha samabharat tadetad Om iti, that to the exclusion of everything else, he must meditate on this Om. So that Om alone has become the whole creation. That Om alone, when the creation collapses, it is still the unstruck Om. When you chant Om, yes, A, U, Ma, then the three worlds are coming. When the three worlds are collapsing in meditation, then what is left behind? You can get to that point only by chanting Om. Then where do we tell you where your attention should be when you're chanting Om? On the beginning of the Om or at the end of the Om. So if I'm chanting Om, catch that point where it is concluding, or catch that point where it is beginning. You'll go back to Narayana, because you started the mantra with Om Namo Narayana. See? So in this manner, this is only information to you all. You have to practice. Without practice, nothing happens. Just by thinking, it will not happen. You have to contemplate, do the practice of chanting the mantra, Om Namo Narayana. Yam uktva muchyate yogi janma sansara bandhanat. Yam uktva. When he chants it in this manner, chants this pranava, the yogi is muchyate, he becomes free. Then janma, free from what? Janma sansara bandhanat. He becomes free from the birth and death cycle, and he becomes free from the samsar. Samsar meaning, again, coming and going, the multiplicity, our Swamiji says, what? Gila kachara, sukha kachara, from the emotional attachments and the physical attachments, or to things and beings. Janma sansara bandhanat Om Namo Narayana Yeti mantropasakaha. And in this way, that yogi who meditates upon Om Namo Narayana reaches the abode of Lord Vishnu or the Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means what? Where kunthit karna matlab where there is a knot. Kuntha is a knot. So where that place where there is no knot, that knot within us is avidya kama karma. Forgetfulness of the self is avidya, or forgetfulness of the Lord is avidya, ignorance, which leads to a child called desire, and that desire leads to a grandchild called
Younger.
huh?
Younger.
Yanga? Anger, no. Karma. So karma is a product of ignorance. Desire is a product of ignorance. But what are we caught up in? I have to do my karma. I have to do my karma. I have to do my duty. No, your duty is Om Namo Narayanaya. You think you created the children. You think you manifested the job. You think you bought the house. Everything he is doing. Recognize this and be free of all responsibility. Because those responsibilities, in the name of responsibility, we are losing our peace of mind. So think of the Lord, that He is. If the thought is coming, oh, I have to go for two times I went. See, at least 10 times he must have said from this morning that 2 times I went to the city and came back. I did not get sleep. Change it to the Lord. Lord kept me awake. This is how it unfolded last night, rather than I. You see? But that must come into our language. People may not like it, but that's okay. You change. Because you are not here to please the people. You are here in this life for your salvation. Take the opportunity. Don't worry about people. And majority of the time we are only worrying about our family and our children and our parents, and they have never taught us the right thing. That Ratnakar Daku was thinking he was doing the right thing towards his parents and wife and children. Killing, looting, murdering. And when Narad Muni met, he says, you will go to hell after all this. He says, yeah, they are also partaking in your sins. Yeah, they will partake. Go and find out. Not one of them. Not the parents, not the wife, not the children. They all washed their hands. They said, nothing to do. Suddenly the penny dropped for Ratnakar. When will your penny drop? When will it click? You need some extraordinary event in your life for you to change.
Narada comes.
When Narada comes. This Narada has come. But Ratnakar was available. In the end, it's Lord's grace. True, no doubt, but we have to think about him. He was doing it as a duty. You are all doing everything in your life as a duty. Shift is required. Shift towards that. And it is no wonder that this satsang is going on. Nothing is happening by coincidence in life. Nothing. Otherwise, I'm staying how many thousands of kilometers? 10,000 kilometers or 7,000, 8,000 kilometers away. And we are having this conversation, this discussion, and that too on the last day on this side of London. And we had no plans that we are going to take this text. And we are ended up in 2 days to cover this text. See? Nothing is coincidence. Bhagwan चाहता है पहले उन्होंने वेदांत दिया, then he gave the chapter 9, then he gave the Swarupanusandhan. How much more he will give you on the plate? But we have to be sincere and work towards it, not mechanically. To develop that bhava, mantra japa is required. Remembrance of the Lord Narayana. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namah Shivaya, if you want. क्योंकि यहाँ पे शिव फॉलोअर्स भी हैं और नारायण फॉलोअर्स भी हैं.
Both are same.
Yes, we are both same. Yeah, that with that understanding, otherwise we get focused. We put the blinkers on. We don't want to even want to hear the name Shiva. Get out of all those things. Yamuktva muchyate yogi janma samsara bandhanat. Om Namo Narayanayeti mantropasakaha. The one who chants this mantra of Om Namo Narayana, he and does the upasana mantra upasakaha. Upasakaha is the one who is chanting, who is doing the upasana. What is upasana? Up means near, asana is sitting. It's not that you sit near the statue. No, you make your mind sit near the Lord in your mind, or make your mind sit near the mantra in your mind, so that your mind is continuously reveling in that. Like you are sitting in this house, you sit in Narayana in your mind, and see that Narayana. He will give you the vision that he is everywhere. He has already told you. It may not be your experience right now, but start thinking like when he's saying it so, that I am everywhere, and it will become your reality. Vaikunta bhuvana lokam gamishyati. The one who does this mantra upasana, Vaikunta bhuvana lokam, he goes to Vaikunta. Vaikunta does not become a part of one of the lokas. Bhurbhuva suva tapa jana maha satyam. Satyam is the ultimate. That is the Brahma lok. Vaikunta is beyond that. As I said to you just now, it is that where there is no knot, there is no division. That place where there is no sense of otherness. It is that loka where even the sattva rajas tamas is not expressing. Or it may be expressing, but it has got no influence in the Vaikuntha loka. So, Vaikuntha bhuvana lokam gamishyati tadidam param pundarikam vijnana ghanam. And in this way, tad idam param, this is where the vijnana ghanam, that ghanam means homogeneous. Vijnana means Jnana Vijnana. Remember in chapter 9, Jnana Vijnana Yoga हमने किया था. Jnana was knowledge. Vijnana is direct experience of that knowledge. So this is homogeneous abidance in the knowledge that everything is nothing but Narayana. When that happens, everything becomes Narayanamay, or लोग बोलते हैं विष्णुमय हो जाता है. Everyone takes the form of Vishnu. They say that in Vaikuntha. So that's what it means. But what does it mean, Vishnu? Everyone becomes of the nature of light. And what is that light? That light is your consciousness. And in this way, tadidam param pundarikam vijnana ghanam tasmat tad idavan matram. And tasmat, therefore, idau क्या इसका ब्रेकअप क्या होगा, कुछ पता है? तस्माद tad, tasmat tad, idau, idavan, idavan matram, पता नहीं क्या होगा.
Tasmat idavan matram should be okay.
Means that it is of that it is of the nature of light, it is of the and you see, it comes when you sit in meditation and when your mind is totally focused and all otherness is melting away. Normally sleep comes, but if you remain awake for the required period of time, I will not say how much time, or 1 minute, 10 minutes, half an hour, I don't know, each one is different, but the required period of time, at that time the wisdom that which was Vijnana Ghanam, which was told, it appears as a streak of lightning. See, in a flash everything is known. It is not that slowly, I'm trying my best, but it's not happening. No, I'm doing my japa, but it's not happening. But I'm trying, I did one mala after. Now, Swamiji, by the time you told us that month, do the mala, I started last year, now I'm doing 10 malas. It's not, I'm trying my best. No, somewhere is missing, something is missing. One mantra is enough. When the sleep comes, it doesn't come slowly. Till it is coming, when you are saying, I'm feeling sleepy, you have not slept. When it comes, does it take long? From one moment you are in waking, next moment you are in deep sleep. Attack, it comes. Just a click from this way to that way. Same way. From if I'm looking at my mum and if I'm looking at my sister, from the shift from the son to the brother, it's immediate. It doesn't take too long. I'm slowly becoming a brother. ऐसे होता है क्या? I'm slowly becoming a son now. I'm trying hard to let go of the brotherhood, No, I have not seen my mother for such a long time. When I go there, I have to again practice to become a son. Stupidity. This is what we are practicing in life. Everything. नहीं हो रहा है, they're difficult है. What sadhana should I do? It's immediate. Because you are not accepting yourself. That is the problem. Even if you don't see your mother for 50, 30, 40, 50 years, when you go, immediately the sun will come out. Isn't it? You don't have to try to be a son. Immediately. Similarly, when we are in the presence of the Lord, when we are in tune with the divine, when we accept the divine, when we accept the Narayana as the self, as the only one who is pervading the whole creation, then in a flash, here another word that is used in the Upanishad, achirat, instantaneously it is known. And that's why I use the word when that required time comes, when the required sadhana is done. And it is all relative. Are you able to ananyas chintayanto mam? Are you able to do that? Are you able to think of the Lord to the exclusion of everything else? With bhav, with this understanding, it will happen immediately. Achirat, instantaneously, without a delay. Why? You are already that. You are already that. And here it is told, tasmat tad idavan matram, that it comes as a flash of a realization. Is that Zen moment, is that moment of enlightenment, is that eureka. Now, Having said that, now everything is over. उसके बाद क्या करना है? उसके बाद you sing the glory of the Lord. What is that? Here he is saying that Narayana is present here amongst us, or how we come to know, because here he was not given any form in the Upanishad. Then Brahmanyo Devaki Putro Brahmanyo Madhusudano. Here it says that the son of Devaki is that Brahman, is that Narayana, is that all-pervading principle, is that flash which you that you will experience. Everything is he alone. So, and he is the one who killed the demon Madhu. Therefore, the Madhusudana, and that the one who killed the demon Madhu, he is the Brahman. Brahmanyo. So here Brahmanyo doesn't mean that the one who, the Brahmin is he. No, Brahman, here Brahman means the ultimate reality. That ultimate reality has presented itself as the Devaki Putra, as the slayer of the demon Madhu, and then continuing, where are we? Madhusudanom sarvabhutastamekam narayanam, and that Narayana sarvabhutastamekam, and that everything is he's the one who is throughout the creation. There is nothing else apart from him. Again they are reiterating that Karana Rupam Akara Para Brahma Om, and that he is the reason. Karana Rupam Akara Para Brahma Om. He is the reason for the whole existence of the creation. Nothing else exists apart from him. Out of him, out of the waters, the existence of waves and oceans and etc., all the forms came. It was maintained and it went back. But whether they created, maintained and go back into the water, does the water become less or more? It is always the same. Similarly, this Parabrahma, this Brahman or this Narayana, they ever remain the same. They never become less or never become more. Therefore, Purnamada Purnamidam. And therefore, the Purusha, that Supreme Purusha who is pervading the whole creation is none other than one who's meant, is the essence of the whole creation. Without him, the creation cannot happen. Matter cannot bring about creation. Matter by itself cannot exist. Because what is the nature of matter? Jada, yes, but what is the nature of matter? Matter comes into existence, stays in existence and goes out of existence, isn't it? Everything that is, whether you call it gross matter or you call it subtle matter, or causal also, it comes into existence, maintained and then dissolves. But this Purusha, the Supreme Purusha, the Narayana, he never comes, he never stays, he never goes. Why? He is ever. And yet he appears to us in the various forms. That why does he take the various forms? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuga. That one Narayana alone appears again. That sun in a sannyasi appears when again and again whenever the mother needs or calls, isn't it? So similarly, this creation is the mother. When there is need in this creation, whenever there is need in this creation, whenever there is imbalance, he appears. to help the creation. That is his Ardhangini. It's an expression of his Ardhangini. So here, etad atharva shiro yodhite prataradhiyano ratri krutam papam nashayati. Here it is beautifully, it is told. So in this way, the Karana, we come to that last part we'll take later, but he is the cause. So see, Upanishad says Om is the creation and Om is the reality also. So Om can take you both ways. So if you chant Om, depends where your attention is. If your attention is on the world, you will become successful in the world. If your attention is on Narayana, you will become successful there. So which is smarter? Because creation, world is going to go away after some time. Then you will cry. So chant Om, think of Narayana, and the world is already conquered, or you have transcended it. So that Om also, when you are chanting, it becomes that which it is created in your mouth, stays in your mouth and concludes in your mouth. Correct? So when you are chanting the mantra, what are the various facets of its chanting? We say Vaikhari, Madhyama, Pashyanti, Para. So Om, from loud chanting, it becomes throat chanting. From throat chanting, it becomes no chanting. From no chanting, you go beyond and go to the cause. So that Parabrahma, Paramatma alone is expressing. Imagine, he is everywhere and now it's coming out. When you are saying, oh, where did it come from? Where did that manifestation of the Om came from? First it came, intention was there, then the thought of Om was in there in your mind, and then its gross expression came about, isn't it? And if there is bhav also, that is another added. So now we are while chanting, we are taking it back to its source. But what is this Om? Even if you chant or you don't chant, if you close your ears, you can hear the Om continuously going on. It is the natural sound of the creation. It is the unstruck sound of the creation. Unstruck sound. Whether you chant or you don't chant, it is always going on. Inside you, outside you. You already said, Antarbahishcha tat sarvam. So it's continuously going on. All we have to do is tap into it. Electricity is everywhere. You have to tap into it. The radio signal, the Wi-Fi signal is everywhere. Put the password, man, and access. What is the password? Om Namo Narayanaya. Simple. अब इससे ज़्यादा और क्या सिंपल हो सकता है? How can you make it more simple than that? So don't look for Narayana. He is everywhere. You don't make an attempt to look for electricity. You don't make an attempt to look for Wi-Fi signal. Wi-Fi. I can't see Wi-Fi. I don't think it is there. अरे डाल पासवर्ड, आपने आप आ जाएगा. So you are not experiencing Narayana, you are not experiencing that Brahman, you are not experiencing that Vaikuntha. The fault is not in the Narayana and Brahman. The fault is in our shortcoming. And what is that shortcoming? We are not thinking about him. We have not accepted him. Because if we accept him, he is already saying, I am inside you, I am outside you, I am up above you, I am below you. Everything in this creation, I alone am. So the moment you accept, truly accept. If you have a little bit iota of the waking in your mind, you cannot go to sleep. Correct? for the mind to be absorbed, for the sleep to completely overpower your mind. Not even one thought of the waking world should be there. Then only absorption will come in the sleep. So no thought of the world, which includes relatives and things and beings. No past, no future. Everything, understand that everything is it alone. I must not focus on it. If everything in this world is he alone, who is he? Let me think about him. Let me contemplate on him. Why should I think about all the individual things that are expressing in the world? Let me think of that one who's appearing as everything in the world. कितना मजेदार है. So he is that causeless Om. He is that unstruck Om. He is always there. You chant and you're connected merely by chanting. Just like you chant Om Bhurvasva Tatsaviturvarenam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat, you connect with the sun. I connect with you because my eyes are in your direction. Then my eyes are in her direction, they connect with her. Then she becomes available. If I'm looking at her, she may be there, but she is not available to me. She's there, but my attention is not there. So be clear where your attention is, what your intention is, what your bhav is, towards what, towards whom, towards individual or towards the total, towards the world or towards the Narayana. And it should be without any reason. If at all you want to find a reason, because the Narayanopanishad says so. If you want to find a reason, because the saints and sages have practiced this and perfected that in your life. Prahlad did, in spite of all the difficulties. Narad Muni did. Kak Bhushundi did, through Ram Nam. He is available for everyone. And in this way, so this Narayana, he alone is the Parabrahma. He is the causeless Om, who himself, as we saw before, in the creation, he appears as Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh himself. Then all the five elements and the Kal and the past, present, future and the inside, outside, etc. All that is as we come down towards the creation. But he is that one without a second, indivisible, homogeneous mass of divinity / consciousness / self. He is in every one of our heart, in every cell of our body. He alone is. See, this just reminds me of one person in Pune. She had a great devotion towards Akkalkot Swami. And Akkalkot Swami you have heard of? Dattatreya Avatar. And Akkalkot Swami. And she was having cancer and she was dying, and next morning only doctors had given, okay, this is the last time we can do something. If it doesn't work, then you Ram Bharose, whatever Lord wants. And that night she was totally at the mercy of the doctors, and body was aching, she couldn't breathe. I think it was lung cancer. She couldn't breathe, and that cancer had spread into her spine and it was spreading into the body. And that night, and she was thinking, what do I do? Suddenly, by the grace of Lord, she is a devotee of Akkalkot Swami. Immediately, Digambara, Digambara, Shripad Vallabh Digambara, this mantra started in her mind. And the moment it started, when All the nurses have gone. This is in the middle of the night. Suddenly at the door, she sees Akkalkot Swami entering. And he's from there, he puts his arm out like that. Okay, everything okay. He's smiling and he's of the effulgence of light. And at that moment, in her devotion, with lying down in the bed with the tubes here, tubes there, tubes everywhere, from there, just by her eyes, she did her pranam. And in that pranam, she saw from the finger of the Akkalkot Swami, suddenly a light came into her. Next morning, the doctor could not find any cancer. And from that day till today, she has not eaten anything. She only takes little bit of water, mother of 3 children, but she doesn't eat because she's filled with the divine, doesn't feel hungry. All this is possible. All this is possible. It doesn't have to happen in that manner to you. And it doesn't mean that we have to have cancer in order to get the darshan of the Lord, the grace of the Lord. See? But what is required is that complete samarpan. Complete samarpan. When you come to realize that I can be nobody in this life without His grace. I have got no foundation other than the Lord. I think I am an independent person, but actually speaking, there is nothing independent about me. I can't even cough if it doesn't want to come up. I can't sneeze if it, करते रहते हैं. Sneeze doesn't come out. So here it is, now it is told, the next part, to think in this way. And Karana Rupam Akara Parabrahma Om, he is the causeless Om. Continue just for a few minutes. Where are we? एतदथर्व शिरो यो धीते प्रातरधीयानो रात्रिकृतं पापं न शयति सायमधीयानो दिवसकृतं पापं नाशयति माध्यन्दिनमादित्याभिमुखो धीयानः पंचपातकोपपातकात् प्रमुच्यते. Here he says, he who reads this in the morning destroys the sin he has committed at night. What sins we have committed at night? The avidya kama karma, thinking of objectivity, thinking about the world, thinking about survival.
Does he be thinking in the day also?
Yeah, so when you go to sleep, what is dream? Dream is nothing but unfinished data of the day trying to release itself. Mind always wants to empty itself. That is where it finds the bliss. In the daytime, we have got so much energy that we want to get involved. Do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. But in that, inadvertently, while moving around in this world, we keep collecting impressions. If I think of him more than required, the picture goes in. He was sitting like this. First he was sitting like this. Now he is sitting like a question mark. I have mentioned it now. Now it will come. It has gone and created an impression in my mind. You asked me the question. Now it has created an impression in my mind. If I give it importance, it creates an impression. Right now, I am talking to you, but I know there is a TV there, there is a idli there, sambar there, so much data is coming in. So, some of the data is not important, but still it is going in. That box is sitting there, that this jacket is sitting here. Every now and then, something, maybe the intensity with which he went and created a memory in my mind is not that same intensity with which this TV is making an impression. But I've been here for 3 days, so I know the TV is there. This room picture is there in my mind. Approximately what is there everywhere. Where the dishwasher is, where the kitchen is, the washing machine, the dryer is here, the washing machine is there, etc., etc., etc. What do I do with this data? Stupid, unnecessarily cluttering my mind. It's a load that mind is carrying. So when it goes to sleep, suddenly all this unwanted data, which had not created very deep impression in our mind, it appears as a dream and is released. And then you go into deep sleep. Understand? So best is move through the world without collecting impressions. But if they are collected, what did he say? He who reads this in the morning destroys the sin of the... In dream also we can have unwanted dreams, sexual dreams, lusty dreams, resentful dreams, hateful dreams, fearful dreams. So many types of dreams are there. So all that is purified or neutralized by chanting Narayanopanishad when you get up in the morning. He who reads this in the evening destroys the sin he has committed during the daytime. So first was Pratara Dhyano. Pratara is Subhe, morning. Adhyana. So the one who chants in the morning, the dream, impressions are destroyed. When you chant in the evening, the day impressions are destroyed. For that, what do you do normally? Amma does. Every morning she gets up, takes shower, comes here, lights the lamp, then chants her Guru, Devi, and what one more? Narayana Kavacha. And she chants, and then she offers the prasad, and then she goes to work. And then when she comes back at home, again she does the same thing. So, oh Lord, I am going out into the world by your grace. Please take care. May your grace be there. Not specifically, just may your grace be there. Come back. Whatever I had done, I don't know if I did right or wrong, but if I had done anything wrong, I offer it at your feet. Again, this is what our morning and evening puja is about. Whether you do it in this way, whether you just light a lamp and in front of the Lord, that is also enough. But here it is saying, if you do it with these mantras, they make it a bit more impactful. And then continuing, he says, he who read this at the noon, addressing the sun, instead of Bhurva Swaha, chant the Narayana mantra looking at the sun in the midday, gets rid of the 5 great sin as well as their offshoots. Kam, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, Avidya, Kam, Karma, everything is destroyed, because in the presence of the light, darkness cannot express itself. The darkness that has made some space in our mind as the effect of ignorance, all that starts blasted away. Why? Narayana is coming, Narayana is appearing, Narayana is expressing even as that sun. And in this way, by chanting, here it says, what is that? Sarva Veda Parayana Punyam Labhate. By doing this 3 times a day, chanting of this mantra, or what is this mantra? Om Namo Narayana. We are not talking about anything else. You can chant this whenever you want, but main thing is Om Namo Narayana. And every now and then keep reading this so you understand the scope, the length and breadth and depth of who Narayana is. And all the punya, here it says what? Sarva Veda Parayana Punyam Labhate. Instead of chanting Om Sahasra Shira Shah Purusha Sahasraksha Sasa, Are galti ho gayi. What comes after that? Or Ganapati Atharva or Namakam and Chamakam. merely by chanting Om Namo Narayanaya. All the phala, all the punya, all the merit of chanting all the Vedas comes to you unasked, because Narayana is everything. And in this way, Narayana Sayujyam Avapnoti, Narayana Sayujyam Avapnoti, Ya Evam Veda Ityupanishata. And he, as a result, he becomes one with the Lord Narayana in the end. Inseparable. Meaning what? It's not that he was here and now he is going and merging. No, he recognizes that the Narayana was there everywhere. If you put the switch off and put the light off, does it mean that the electricity has vanished? You have not switched it on. Your attention was on light, but the electricity is always there, waiting to express as light. So what is that switch on? You connected. You allowed the electricity to express as life, as light. So what is this Om Namo Narayana? That switch, which allows the Lord Narayana to switch on the light within you, which is none other than him alone. It's his expression. All his 10 avatars are his expression. Everything in this creation is his expression, as we saw before. And in this way, the first part, the first two stanzas of this Upanishad, they take you to the Samadhi, and the second part of the Upanishad takes you to the divine, to the merging into the reality. And in this way, this is what is told here. Narayana Sayujya. Sayujya means at one ment. He attains at one ment with Narayana. Narayana Sayujyam Avapnoti. Indeed, he attains at one ment with Narayana. Knowing is being. First he comes to know. As Narayana starts pervading his mind, there is no difference between him and Narayana. But there is no one left behind to say, now I become one with Narayana. The individuality has vanished. This is how great saints who are living in the, who are disidentified with body, Jivan Mukta Purushas, they are living like this. This is how the gopis are living. Ya evam Veda, this is the declaration, this is the instruction of the Veda, this is the Ityopanishad. Therefore, this is the Upanishad. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And again, we Om, again that Om, and three Shantis are to pacify the Adi Bhautik Shanti, Adhyatmik Shanti, and the Adi Daivik Shanti and Adhyatmik Shanti. I already explained you these three. In another way, three. What else is three, you tell me? What else can we pacify? Three Shantis, what can it represent? It can represent the gross body, the subtle body, and the causal body. Let them be pacified, because they are continuously agitating. What else can be three? Avidya, Kama, Karma. Let them be pacified. What else? Come, brainstorm. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, three. Let them be satisfied, pacified. What else? Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, let them be pacified. Past, present, future, let them be pacified. Meaning, here pacification means what? A direct recognition by the grace of the divine that everything is Narayana. We are not wanting to run away from anything. We want to just convert our vision by His grace that we see everything as Narayana. May His blessings be upon us. And I'll just chant it once and you listen. And if you're chanting, chant it softly. Don't chant loudly, because your tune is not coming correct and mine will go wrong. So in this way, again it, ठीक है, I've said everything. There's no point adding more and more to it. Narayanopanishad. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mavid Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Atha Purusho Havai Narayano Kamayat Praja Srucheyeti. Narayanat Prano Jayate Manas Sarvendriyani Cha. Kham Vayur Jyotirapah Prithvi Vishwasya Dharini. Narayanat Brahma Jayate. Narayanat Rudro Jayate. Narayanat Indro Jayate. Narayanat Prajapatayav Prajayante. Narayanat Dvadashaditya Rudra Vasavas Sarvani Cha Chanda Gangsi. Narayanadeva Samutpadyante. Narayane Pravartante. Narayane Praliyante. Om Atha Nityo Narayanah Brahma Narayanah Shivascha Narayanah Shakrascha Narayanah Dyava Prithivyau Cha Narayanah Kalascha Narayanah Dishascha Narayanah Urdhvascha Narayanah Adhascha Narayanah Antarbahishcha Narayanah. Narayana evedagam sarvam yadbhutam yaccha bhavyam. Nishkalo niranjano nirvikalpo nirakhyata shuddho deva eko Narayanah. Nadvitiyo osti kaschita ya evam veda sa Vishnureva bhavati sa Vishnureva bhavati. Om ityagre vyahareta namahiti paschat Narayana ityutparishtat. Om ityekaksharam namahiti dve akshare Narayana yeti pancha aksharani. Etadvai Narayanasyaष्टाक्षरं padam yo havai Narayanasyaष्टाक्षरं padamadhyeti anapabruva sarvamayureti vindate prajapatya gangrayasposham gaupatyam tato amrutatvamashnute tato amrutatvamashnut iti ya evam veda. Pratyaganandam Brahma Purusham Pranavaswarupam Akara Ukara Makara iti Tane Kadasama Bharatade Tadomiti Yamuktva Muchyate Yogi Janma Sansara Bandhanat. Om Namo Narayanayeti Mantro Pasakaha Vaikunta Bhuvana Lokam Gamishyati Tadidam Param Pundarikam Pura Vijnana Ghanam. Tasmat tadidavan matram Brahmanyo Devaki Putro Brahmanyo Madhusudano Sarvabhutastamekam Narayanam Karana Rupamakara Parabrahma. Om Etadatharva Shiro Yodhite Prataradhiyano Ratrikrutam Papam Nashayati Sayamadhiyano Divasakrutam Papam Nashayati Madhyandinamaditya Bimukho Dhiyanaf Panchapatakopapatakaat Pramuchyate Sarvaveda Parayana Punyam Labhate Narayana Sayujyam Avapnoti Narayana Sayujyam Avapnoti Ya evam Veda Ityupanishata. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं वन्दे विष्णुभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं सर्वलोकैकनाथम् ॐ पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ Just sit quietly for a few moments.